guys, it's Ms. Castor. Go ahead and get out Cornell notes. Title them Slope. Make sure that your name is on it. You have algebra, and then you have your class period. Today's date, the 4th. Make sure to write any questions over here on the left. We're going to go ahead and get started. So the definition of slope is two parts. The first part is a measure of steepness of a line. Second part of that is ratio of change in y, which is a vertical change, to change in x, which is a horizontal change. Okay? You've heard me say change in y over change in x. That's just what this is saying. Alright? So the next part of this is the equation for slope. This equation right here is called slope intercept form. And that is because my m is my slope and my b is my y-intercept. So in this one right here, number 1, my slope is this positive 1/2, because that is my m, that is my number connected to my x, that's my coefficient of x, that is my rate of change. Those are all words that are interchangeable for slope. Okay, and number 2, this one looks a little bit different because it's not in slope-intercept form, but it is still, we can still find the slope. So my slope is my coefficient that is connected to my x, which is going to be -3. So my slope here is -3 for number 2. The next way we're going to find slope is given a table. So we've been doing tables with patterns for the last couple weeks. So we're going to find the change in x and the change in y and then compare those ratios. So from -2 to 0, I add 2. From 0 to 1, I add 1. From 1 to 4, I add 3. It looks nonlinear, but let's check out my change in y. So from 8 to 2, I subtract 6. From 2 to -1, I subtract 3. And then from 1 to 0, I subtract 9. So if I set this up as the ratio of change in y over change in x, I have my change in y, my first one is -6, over my change in x, which is a +2. My next ratio is -3 to a +1. And then my last one, change in y, is -9, and my change in x is a +3. Each of these fractions can be reduced, so -6 divided by 2 gives me a -3. -3 divided by 1 gives me -3, and -9 divided by 3 gives me a -3. So my slope is my rate of change, which is -3.